Drivers, to your cars. Drivers, to your cars.
Welcome to Darlington, the Lady in Black for the NORL Busch Bonanza Black Cat 200. On the pole we have Mark Huron. Actually, we're just going to read the running order. Mark Huron, Aaron Cummings, Ken Joint, Mike Carroll, Dave Daniels, Nigel Ramaswamy, Philip Parker, Jared Mogard, Kevin Corbett, Patrick Calgo, Raybo Womack, Frank Womack, Brandon Cruz Monseves, Jonathan Cheeseman, Adam Beresford, Mark Guthrie, PDJ Zeller, Stephen Davis, Bernard Person. Let me make sure, yes, that is Ronaldo Scott, David Courtney, Jim Fitzmaurice, Alex Stello, Ramondre Diggs, Jackson Vatcher, Stephen Lowe, Connor Germain, Scott Deutsch, that's, yeah, Matt Bontempi, David Baldinger, Scott Drake, Doug Spark, Brian Lowe, Stefan Harding, Tony Tonto Jr., Jack Painter, JT Armstrong, Ron Stout, Broderick Whitman, Bobby Farrell, Joe Polson, Jim Gunk, and at the back we have Baron McComas. Command to start the engines coming up shortly. There'll probably be a spot of static and then we'll be racing. And the field rolls off. Still doing that thing where some of these textures are getting really blurry. I don't know what to do about that. I didn't notice it when I was testing. And Aaron Cummings' motor has just expired on the pace lap. Ooh, that's not going to be good for him. Is he going to be able to get down as he just slams into Ken Joint? This is a great way to start the event. Huh. Right. Now Ken Joint's going to pull... Okay, they sorted it out. Aaron is off the track. I don't think any damage was actually done. Pace car's in. We're ready to go green. They're not going to delay the green for that. And we are green at Darlington. My speakers seem so high. My speakers are actually turned down. Charles leads the first lap, but here comes Huron fighting back. Carroll's starting to pull ahead here. If you can get clear, you do get a distinct advantage of being able to run your line. Still fighting hard here for second. Ken not wanting to give this spot up. Mark really wants it, but it looks like they're going to settle. Ooh, okay, settle in now, guys. And here comes Mark back on the inside. Mark finally gets him. Dave Daniels trying to work his way forward. That was the wrong button. I hit control instead of shift. There we go. There's the battle. Daniels and Mogard now. Right, so as they run, okay, Mike Carroll leads over Mark Huron. Dave Daniels working his way forward now with points later. Let's see, is he gonna try to make a move here this lap? Nope. Ken joint fourth. Fifth is Mogard. Then we have Philip Parker, Patrick Cowgill, Nigel Ramaswamy, Kevin Corbett, Frank Womack are your top 10 as Guthrie's looking for that top 10. We'll move Frank back that lap, it looks like. Daniels knocking on the door second here. A lot of GM products here at the front, and then this Mustang. He moves himself up to second. Mike Carroll will be next in his sights. Battle for the lead heating up here. This has brought Mark right up to him as well. Just can't get the run on the bottom now. Now it's going to become a fight for second. Top 6 all reporting together. Daniel's really able to make the bottom work in 1 and 2, but not... Sorry, in 3 and 4, but not 1 and 2, it feels like. Now look at that run off of 2 that the outside gets. Cowgirls now come to the back of this battle. Carroll's kind of checked away again. Guys are going to be quicker than Mike. They just can't get the job done. He's running a very nice defensive line. Update on Cummings, that car was not able to get back out into the race, but he did at least cross start finish, so he will score points, but it won't be very many. guys keep battling for second and might get away. Frank Womack moved back up into the top 10. I'd like to go through the field, but I'm afraid if I start doing that, this battle will really take off. When they get a little single file, this battle really breaks up a bit. I mean, you still got the top 4, maybe 5 that are on top of each other, but they work Cowgill, Corbett, and Mogard kind of out of this fight when they get going. And it's starting to look like we've seen a lot of dominant performances out of Womack this season. Only not leading the points due to some unfortunate finishes. But it looks like the rest of the teams have kind of leveled the playing field here with them running P10 right now. See if that holds. Daniel's looking to move up a spot here. He'll do it. Back in the field, already 16 seconds off the lead. It's amazing that there are about 70 cars that keep attempting to make these races. And a fight for the lead. Just don't know that he's going to get it done on the bottom like this. Oh, he's cleared him. Is he going to be able to slide up here on exit? Nope. He had him cleared. If he can stay here through 3 and 4, though, he might get it done. He's got it. New leader, Dave Daniels. Fight for second. Mike might have used up his tires here. We're a little over 30 laps in. Why don't we work our way through the field? So Daniels is now the leader. Mike Carroll in second. Mark Huron. Then we've got pace car. Philip Parker. God damn, I don't know why the textures got so blurry. Parker's up into fourth. Good spot. Joint. P6. Patrick Cowgill. And Kevin Corbett sitting in a solid 7th spot for now. 8th, Mogard. Frank Womack has worked his way up to 9th. 10th spot currently held by Matt Bontempi. Yes? No, that's Brandon Kuzma-Sevis. Wrong car. 58th, that's Bontempi. Then we've got Mark Guthrie, Adam Beresford, Jonathan Cheeseman. Got a little battle here as Ramaswamy pulls clear of Raybo Womack. Raybo in the 15th spot. Correction, 16th, Ronaldo Scott. Then we've got Stephen Davis and Ronaldo's teammate Ramondre Diggs. Jim Fitzmaurice having a fight here with Bernard Person. Bernard going to the inside. This is the battle for 19th. Let's see, is Bernard going to clear him? Looks like he will. Then Doug Spark, having just cleared David Baldinger, is now going to be on the 21st spot. We've got Baldinger, PDJ Zeller, Stephen Lowe, Alex Stello, Scott Drake, Scott Deutsch, then Matt Bontempi. There's the correct car for that call. Got a battle here for the 29th spot between David Courtney and Broderick Whitman. Whitman trying to use the outside to clear him down the back. Not going to get cleared. So this battle will continue. 31st spot is a fight right now between Germain and Vatcher. And we've got Tonto. Angels. Damage. Looks like he's been into something. Stefan Harding, Brian Lowe, Joe Polson, Ron Stout, Bobby Farrell, JT Armstrong, Jim Gunk, and Baron McComas brings up the tail of the field. Daniels continues to lead. Looks like Ken Joint's doing some fading back here. Look at this, Frank Womack right in it. Track does eat tires. Doug Sparks in the pits. I'm just going to pretend I didn't see that car stop that didn't draw yellow because race control didn't see it either. So Doug Spark with problems. That should have been a yellow, but apparently did not see that in the moment. Oh well. It's going to probably cost him a couple laps. So I think he stopped just before his pit stall, so it'll be a quick tow. Yep, putting tires on that thing. Well, he'll have a tire advantage, but he'll really need things to break the right way for him to have a chance. Next time we come around, I'll try to get us that static shot for a lap or so, just kind of get an idea what the field looks like. Shows a hotkey just to select none. Some good gaps forming in the field, you know. Spreading out, the longer this stays green, the more spread out the field will find itself. Spark with those fresh tires are going much faster. He is in Comas. Here comes the leader around. Carroll and Parker having a fight. Corbin's starting to fade a little bit out of this lead group. Seeing Doug Spark just eat these guys alive with 40 lap pressure tires. But he won't be able to make the finish from here, so some of these guys are trying to stretch and make it a one-stop race or as close as they can. I'm not sure strategy-wise it wouldn't make sense to put in an extra stop. I think he'd be fast enough. Oh, car bouncing off the wall. That was David Baldinger, I think, just got himself a stripe. Dave Daniels stretching a lead now. You can hear how much quicker Spark is just by the engine note as he comes by. He's going to try to make hay while he can. Pass back here. Diggs working well. He may not keep it, but trying to get around Stephen Davis. Get the two team cars with each other. It's only a matter of time before the leader is going to start catching traffic here. I wonder if this will actually work. Hey, it actually worked. So Dave Daniels now has a decent lead here, over a second and a half over Mike Carroll, who is fighting with Philip Parker. Frank Womack trying to work his way through, just not getting that overwhelming force that we've seen out of him the rest of the season. Having to fight Kevin now. Kevin's going to get him down the back. Diggs got around Davis. A bit more fighty back here towards the back half of the field, honestly, at the moment. Where are we looking here? This is just outside the top 20. Let's see, Spark lost 2 laps with that unscheduled pit stop. I don't know that you can make up 2 laps just from the tire advantage, but we'll see what happens for him. I almost think what he needs is just to run to where everybody else pits and then have a yellow. Look at how much quicker that thing is. Like, what he needs is to get one of his laps back the hard way and then get a yellow and then hope something good happens. I don't know. Right now, a yellow would get him a lap back. He's the only car off the lead lap, so there's that. But Be nice to get around the leader, but I think the leader's going to lap cars before that happens. Stello and Drake, 71-72, going for a fight. We're past the 1/3 distance mark. Quickly approaching halfway even. Watching this battle back here, not a whole lot's happening now. See if we got any battles closer. Not really, but Dave Daniels just put Baron McComas a lap down. At least he's trying to. Baron's fighting him. Not a good day for JT. He had a very that was a good car last season, but this season they just haven't hit on anything. And there goes McComas down a lap. JT Armstrong getting caught now. We'll see if having to deal with this traffic actually slows up Daniels enough to let anybody catch him, but I just don't know. Didn't catch him that lap. JT goes down a lap, Gunk next on the list. Gunk, Armstrong, and McComas down a lap. Farrell next on the list. That was another car that was competitive last season, but it's just not shown it so far this season. Farrell down a lap now. he's just starting to chuck away. Look at that. Look at that gap. Almost 3 seconds, Carroll. He's got traffic ahead of him. Is that Doug Spark coming through the lead group now? He might get one of his laps the hard way. The problem is he's no longer in the lucky dog position, but if he can get one of his laps as Womack is slowing, Frank coming to the pits. It's a little early. And it was a very early entry. It sounds like he's got a tire that's gone down. So Womack in the pits. Let's see what he loses on this. Frank comes to his crew's attention. Well, once he gets going, he'll have tire advantage, but he may not be able to make it from here. So what has Frank lost? Frank has lost a lap and a half. Doug Sparks working on the leader to get one of his back. Sparks gotten a lap here. Still much faster than everybody except Frank at this point now. There's just so much traffic that he's not gonna sort through before he has to come to pit road. It's gonna be halfway here in a lap or so. I think we'll start seeing more pit stops soon, and once pit stops start, Doug's tire advantage will go away. And it'll become a disadvantage that he'll have. I'm almost wondering about the strategy is try to be one of the last ones to make the stop. A, if a yellow comes out, you're going to be in good shape because you're going to have some guys trap a lap down. And B, you'll have a tire advantage at the end, which I think is when you want to have it. Means you're at risk of going a lap down here. Daniel's building a nice lead now, over 4 seconds. He's going to put Painter down a lap here. Stout going to be the next victim unless he can get around Joe Paulson here. He's going to try to pass Joe and buy himself a little more time. We are now past, well, we're not quite past halfway. I've miscounted the laps. I thought it was 142, not 147, but we're there at halfway now. They can make it to the end from here. cars heading to the pit lane here. So, pit stops have started. It's going to cause the field to potentially get a little weird as we have cars on different pace. Parker's closed in a bit on Daniels, but Daniels is in heavy traffic now. Yeah, I think Daniels is coming to the pit lane. Yep, here comes Dave Daniels to the pit lane. Any of the lead lap contenders going to stay out here? Parker's not. Kevin Corbett's going to lead a lap. Kevin's going to go another one here. He's going to try to have a tire advantage, but you're really not going to get a whole lot here by staying out that much longer. You're only going to get 3 or 4 laps, and it's not really going to help you here, Kevin. Unless a yellow were to come out during all this. Then you might trap somebody a lap down. Yeah, here comes Kevin. So Kevin in now. Let's see if that completes the cycle. Doug Spark out here on now the oldest tires of anybody. That's Womack right on him. Trying to figure out where the leader is on track here. Expect the leader's still going to be the 0. Although Mike Carroll may have leapfrogged him. I think Mike Carroll might have leaped up to the lead. Let's see how this cycles through. Now scoring Frank Womack the leader. I thought he would have lost a lot more time, but I guess that tire advantage is the thing. But now he's at a tire disadvantage. Mike Carroll 12 seconds behind him. We can go find Frank Womack, who's leading his first laps of the day. Where's Doug in this running order? Scott and Doug Spark up to 15th. A yellow would probably help him. It gets him. He would have gotten will get one of his laps back from us. He's not going to catch Frank to get this spot back. And I don't know that Doug's got much chance of actually getting a lucky dog. These other 1 lap down cars are just going to breeze by him like we just saw back there. As Cheeseman gets his lap back, how's Mike doing on closing this gap up? Well, yeah, he's closing very slowly. This might work for Frank, but I think this is going to go off a cliff at the end if we stay green. That's a big F. been green thus far, which is a little surprising to me. With some of the stuff we've seen out here, cars bouncing off the wall, but everybody's been able to keep them going straight. No issues. Probably should have been a yellow when Doug Spark had a problem, but you know. Would have helped Doug Spark, I'm sure. Would have saved him from going 2 laps down. Probably, well, everybody might have pitted this. I don't know how it would have changed the strategy. If nobody had pitted, he might have actually ended up in the lead. So running order here, past halfway. Womack leads, but he is on a different strategy than everybody else. Then Mike Carroll, Philip Parker, Dave Daniels, Ken Joint, Mark Huron, Brennan Cruz Monceves, Jared Mogard, Mark Guthrie, and Kevin Corbett are the top 10, like I said. And it looks like Frank might be coming to the pits here. It sounds like he's got another tire down. Well, that'll put him on the same strategy as everybody else, but I don't know. Where's Mike? Actually, oh, the yellow's out. We've got a caution. What is the caution for? This might have just saved Frank, and I think it put Doug Spark on the lead lap. Let's see if we can determine what has brought out our first caution of the day. Oh, the 55 has ground to a halt and brought out the yellow. So caution is on the speedway. And that has put Doug Spark back on the lead lap. restart. So running order, Mike Carroll is your leader, Philip Parker in second, Dave Daniels now third, Ken Joint, Mark Huron, Brandon Cruz Monseves, Mark Guthrie, Kevin Corbett, and Nigel Ramaswamy, the top 10. So these guys have to work around the lap traffic to fight each other. And we have a caution on the speedway. There's been an incident, and I think Frank Womack's been a part of it. Let's see. Oh, he has. Oh, Polson got into the wall. Person hit him, came down, and took both he and Frank to the inside wall. Caution, caution, caution. Mike Carroll is the leader under caution as we try to get the wave around to happen. Alright, gonna double them up for a restart. Running order, Mike Carroll, Dave Daniels, Philip Parker, Ken Joint, Mark Huron, Jared Mogard, Brennan Cruz Monseves, Mark Guthrie, Kevin Corbett, Nigel Ramaswamy, the front 10 of the field. Pace car comes in, Carroll leads them to the green. This will start lap 100. I thought. Yes, there it goes. See how the scoring ticker's a little slow in replays. Look at that, good start from a couple of cars on the inside. Scott Drake's going to get himself clear. So that caution before last actually saved Frank and Doug Spark, got them both on the lead lap. Womack seems to be okay after the incident, didn't really hit anything too badly. Let's see if he can make some progress to the field. Now they're going to try to put Scott back down a lap here. They really can't stand to have him up here fighting with them. Carroll gets clear, and look at him disappear. Daniels now gets clear of all the traffic. We'll fight back here. Just see what's happening as we kind of scan through the field. Womack and Spark are trying to make progress. There's just so little open racetrack for these guys that have slightly newer tires. They keep getting boxed in behind people. If there was a little more width to this racetrack, they'd have somewhere to go. Look at how just absolutely stuck in traffic these two are. These are easily on pace. Should be some of the faster cars where they just can't get through this traffic. Spark may finally get somewhere here. He's gonna get penned in behind Painter. Go to the bottom. Can you clear him here through 1 and 2? Got through that ball of traffic, onto the next one. On the back of some cars at a 4 position. To the outside of Rainbow we go. Onto the back of Ronaldo. It's clearly been hit from behind at some point in this race. But Womack's on the inside. They go nowhere. Slow traffic ahead of Ronaldo now. Ronaldo's gonna try for the outside and not really get anywhere with that. Spark working the bottom. Philip Parker's going to the lead while I'm not paying attention to the front of the field. Why don't we go see what that battle looks like? Looks like Mike might be fading a little bit. Philip Parker now your leader. Mike looks to be struggling here a little bit. Well, Doug Sparks cleared that group of traffic. He's up to 12th. Let's see Frank with him now. 7 seconds off the lead. Don't know if he's got a chance to get there as he catches Brian Lowe. Frank not very bad behind. He's going to close this gap up, I'm sure. This is entertaining to watch, but it's also very frustrating because I know these two cars, if they were at the front of the field, would just be disappearing into the distance. But the track's just so narrow that they can't get anywhere. Look at this, we're 3 wide. Can't get 3 wide here at Darlington. The 99 is going to hold up Spark. That's going to let Womack get around him. I think Womack and Spark have a very similar tire here. But there's just nowhere to go up here. Philip Parker opening up a lead in front. So this really is some of the most interesting stuff just to be watching anyway. As Spark just gets screwed by traffic. Womack trying to advance. Frank is up to 11th. That one car is the 10th spot, knocking on the door of the top 10. Here he comes. He's caught Beresford. What can he do with him? Looks to the inside here. He had it at the line. Will he have it next time around? Looks like he's cleared him here in 1 and 2. Still a lot of ground to cover to try to get to the lead, and I think they're running out of laps. There's just too many slow lap cars checking up whole chunks of the field. Not a chance to get up there. Like this 24 that's just killing him right here. At a place like Texas or next week at Kansas, this would be a really easy pass for him. Plenty of places to go, but here, no room. When you get him double wide in front of you like this, there's just nowhere to go. Spark puts him 3 wide. I thought he was going to take all 3 cars out there for a second. Gets back in line. Now Beresford's going to try to come through. Spark's going to try to come through because that 24 is just not a quick car. But they just can't get that run off the too. Back to the outside. They're going to split this 24 car. I don't know, Womack can move on to the next one in line. That tied car of Cruz Mancebas is the next car that Womack's looking for position. The rest of these are lap cars that he's in with. Spark trying to get himself 11th from Beresford, and it's not going well. Womack passes Vatcher. Make the move on Brandon here. That's Womack up to 9th from the looks of it. He's got a lot of work to do to get up to Guthrie. Gotta get through these cars. Try the high side to get around Tonto. He's brushing the fence just a little bit there. He's got Tonto. 2 more to get out of this gaggle. Got Cheeseman and Germain. I go to the inside of Cheeseman. Needs to drag him down this front straightaway and get clear. He's clear. Is he going to be able to slide up and take it? I think he's got him. You let Jermaine have the high side there down the back, but he cleared him. Time to drive away, Frank. You got 9 seconds to make up and just over 10 laps. Can you do it? I don't know that he can. Spark working on the 56 back there. He's driven away from that gaggle. Is he making ground on the leader? He is, but I don't know he's doing it fast enough. Guthrie's the next one he's going to catch. The problem is he's got traffic. If it was just a straight fight to get to the leader, I think he'd have a chance. Corbett and Carroll having a fight here. This is for the 4th spot. And we got smoke. Is there... There's been a crash. We got a caution. David Baldinger's all tore up. What has just happened here? Baldinger goes off into the corner. Something broke and Harding ran him over. That was heavy contact. That has brought out another caution. There aren't many laps left. Let's just scroll back and find the leader. Philip Parker is the leader. Extended caution. That was a long caution period because I couldn't get the field sorted out. Alright, lights out on the pace car. Single file restart. They've got the lap cars at the back. Womack got his way up to 9th. Sparks in 11th. They still have a tire bench and there's a lot less traffic in front of them that they're going to have to deal with. Let's see. Out of the race, Cummings, Ramaswamy, Harding, Baldinger. Looks like Thatcher and Lowe are all out of this event. 37 cars still run as we're going to get a restart with very few laps to go. This car comes in and we are ready to go green. This will be to decide it. Green, green, green. Everybody's still single file for most of that lap. Here comes a run from Ken Joint looking to the bottom. Doesn't get the run. Here comes Daniels now. Womack marching forward. Parker trying to check out. Womack and Spark trying to get some spots here. 2 to go. Parker disappearing into the distance. Oh, big block. Big block there. Mogard slides up on Frank, but Frank goes to the inside now. White flag in the air. Parker leads by half a second. Nobody getting to him from the looks of it. Frank charging at Kevin now. Frank and Doug just didn't have enough laps to do anything with these tires. It's going to be a checkered flag here. Through 3 and 4. Philip Parker in position. He's got it. Parker is going to win at Darlington. And a close one. Kevin just lost out there on the line. Your final running order. Philip Parker, Ken Joint, Dave Daniels, Frank Womack, Kevin Corbett, Jared Mogard, Doug Spark, Mike Carroll, Mark Huron, Adam Beresford, Mark Guthrie, Patrick Calgo, Brandon Cruz-Mancebes, Rebo Womack, Ronaldo Scott, PDJ Zellerment, Buntepi, Ramondre Diggs, Stephen Davis, Ron Stout, Scott Deutsch, Jim Fitzmaurice, Bernard Person, down a lap, John Cheeseman, Broderick Whitman, David Courtney, Alex Stello, Connor Germain, Stephen Lowe, Joe Polson, JT Armstrong, Bobby Farrell, Jack Painter, Jim Gunk, Tony Tonto Jr., Baron McComas, and Scott Drake is the full running order. Points here for you shortly. Here are your point standings. Daniels continues to lead. Carroll passes Huron. Beresford gains a spot. Ken Joint picks up 4. Rabo up a spot. Ronaldo drops 1. Kevin up to 12th now. Philip Parker up into 14th. Cummings drops 8 with that bad finish of 43rd. Diggs and Cruz gaining spots. Drake down. Vatry down. Stout up. Ramaswamy out of the top 20. Thank you for joining us. We will see you next week.